Amina. Zell. All of y'all work my nerves tonight. Let's get into the review, chat. What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of the Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, you guys. What's going on? What's the tea? Let's get into the tea and everything else. But before we get into this review and the tea and everything else, I just want to send a very, very special shout out. A very special shout out to Jay Lee's Corner. As you guys already know, she's had an intense battle with COVID pneumonia. I think it was COVID and pneumonia. I think that's what she said on Instagram. But she's had a battle with COVID. She wasn't feeling too good at all. She was posting, letting everybody know what was going on. She was updating the people with, what was going on with her. I just got done watching her live with her and her mom. And her mom are twins. Okay, so if it was any doubt, can't nobody say that that's not her mama. Because, baby, Jay Lee and Mama Lee are twins, okay? And Mama Lee looks like she's just as young as Jay Lee is. And that's just real talk, for real, for real. They look like sisters more than mama and daughter. But however, Jay Lee is now home, y'all. She is home. She's feeling better. She's recuperating. And that's just what it is. So we are all glad that Jay Lee's Corner is now back at home. She's able to do her thug thizzle. She's able to join the girls again with the Ooh Ladies First panel. It's just good to know that Jay Lee is doing well. COVID is not anything to play with. Like I told you guys back in July, I had COVID and so did my mom. My mom had it way worse off than me. And it's not good to, luckily, we didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. But just know that it ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing that I want again, period. And I'm always afraid and terrified every time I go to work because I work with the people all day, every day. People don't wear masks. People want to be all up in your face. People coughing. It's always scary. So I'm double masked everywhere I go, especially if I'm getting on a plane. I'm always double masked. Can't nobody tell me nothing different, child. Period. I'm always on my vitamins, always on my elderberry gummies, always taking medicine. I don't want it, period. So shout out to Jay Lee's Corner. She is now back at home, safe and sound and peaceful where she belongs to be, right there at home, doing well, being healthy. Shout out to Jay Lee and her Jay Birds. Shout out to all of you guys. Okay, so let's get into the tea with Love and Hip Hop's Family Reunion. Now, this episode pretty much pick up where we left off last week with the Cisco and Safari beef. Okay, first of all, Cisco keeps on confronting people with stupid stuff like, you confront this man about a party from years ago. Are you that desperate for some TV time that you want to sit up here and you want to egg on some stuff from a while ago that don't nobody care about? Baby, don't nobody care about that party. If Deb ain't said nothing to that boy about it, why are you talking about it with that damn boy? That boy, that woman don't care about that party. She don't care about that party. Just leave it alone. She does not care about that party, child. Leave it alone, sis. And Safari tired of y'all punking him. Now, granted, a lot of people can bring up that time that Meek Mill and his boys had him running and when they was trying to jump him. I know we all can bring that up. But, child, I'm just like, listen, Safari tired of y'all punking him, and that's pretty much what it is. And honestly, I understood what Safari was coming from. Yeah, we could bring up the fact that Meek Mill had him running from his crew. Yeah, but I remember being bullied in school, and people was always trying to fight me all the time. And one day, I just had enough, and I kicked that dude in the nose, and he never came back to school, period. And I felt like the big dog after I punched him in his nose because this is what he fucking deserved, okay? Period, okay? Point in the point, period. All right? So I understand where Safari coming from. Sometimes he get tired of folks piling up on you and trying to punk you and doing all types of crazy stuff to you. Sometimes that stuff is annoying and don't nobody got time for that. So, Stevie... No. Peter Gunz tries to talk Cisco down. And Peter Gunz pretty much is saying to Cisco what we all been saying to him. It's called a time and place. Time and place. Time and place. Everything is not Everything doesn't need to be solved right away. It's a time and a place for everything. And you just don't understand that there's a time and a place for everything because you keep on picking the wrong situations and the wrong places to be all the time. Like, child, why are you constantly bringing up the BS? Why are you constantly trying this, man? Why are you constantly doing it? It's really no need. It's really no purpose for you to be doing it. Like, you keep on picking fights with people. You going over there trying to talk to Sin and it still don't work out. You going over there trying to talk to Safari and that still don't work out. Like, what is your point? Like, I really feel like this man really needs to stop it. Just stop trying to bring up old stuff. Stop trying to talk about it. If you're not with it, don't talk about it. And that's really how I feel about the situation. Stop talking about it, period, because you ain't going to get nowhere. You don't know how to solve no problem. You don't know anything about conflict resolution because all you do is amplify the situation about things that don't nobody care about. Move on. Stevie and Booby try to calm Safari down. They're pretty much saying, this is not you, Safari. We don't even know you to act like this. This ain't you. You need to calm down. He was like, I'm just tired of people coming at me with crazy stuff. I'm going through enough stuff already. Like, me and Erica going through this, me and Erica going through that. We just found this stuff out. It's not the right time to be coming at me with this stuff. And that's just really the facts here. He going through something already with Erica. Erica just found out that he was out here sending girls flowers and stuff. Do you really believe that he cares enough to talk about this with you? We don't even care to talk about it as we review it, but we doing it. So it's just like, girl, leave this man alone. Why you keep messing with him? Why you keep messing with this man? Leave him alone. Seriously, like, Cisco is a pest, bruh. Like, he's a straight up pest. Like, it's like he's begging and pleading for some drama. He's begging and pleading for some drama and some BS. That's what it seems like. He's begging and pleading for a storyline, begging and pleading for some camera time. He's acting like Brandy. I'm begging and pleading. Forgive me. Yeah, that's what you acting like. You acting like Brandy. You begging and pleading. That's what you doing, and you need to stop. You need to stop it, homeboy. It ain't cute. You would be cute if you would stop doing ugly stuff. Like, just stop, Cisco. Oh my God. So we get into Stevie and Mimi. Remember the infamous line on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Stevie and Mimi were talking, and Mimi said, "You hurt me to the core. And I don't think you understand that. You don't understand that. You don't understand that. You hurt me to the core." Phenomenal, iconic. Mimi Faust, baby. Mimi Faust. Okay, so Stevie comes over to her, basically saying that he hasn't really been seeing Eva like he needs to. He has not been spending that much time with Eva as he needs to. And he wants to make that right. And he's making a promise that he would do better and things will be different when it comes down to Eva. Mimi said that she's not trying to hear it. She said, don't make no promises. He said, you can't tell me what to do. But Mimi saying, I've been hearing this from you for many, many years now. And at this point, we're tired of hearing you make promises. You cannot make promises that you can't keep. Don't make no promise, just do it. Like, we'll believe you if you will just do it. But if you keep on trying to make a promise to me, we're not going to believe you. And that's what Stevie got to understand. When somebody hear the same thing over and over again, like, they're not going to believe nothing that you say at some point. Like, they're not going to believe you. Like, you can't just keep on giving people promise after promise after promise and expect them to eat it up and just get over it. No, they're not going to eat it up and get over it at all. They're not. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like at the end of the day, just don't make no promises. Just do what you say you gonna do and keep it pushing. That's all you need to do. Do what you say you gonna do, because if you don't do what you say you gonna do, then it doesn't mean anything if you don't do what you say you gonna do. Period. You can't keep on making promises to people and just, you think that Mimi is supposed to sit up here and just be okay with you constantly saying, well, I ain't been doing right by Eva, so I'm just going to sit up here and I'm going to make a promise to you and say that I'm going to do this by Eva. I'm going to do that by Eva. I'm going to do that by you. You the mother of my child, so I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, homeboy, that's not the way it goes. Nobody wants to keep hearing promises. Promises are made to be broken. They're not made to be kept. So if you want her to believe what you're saying in regards to your child, because it ain't got nothing to do with Mimi, it's more so about you maintaining that relationship with your daughter, which is Eva. So don't make no promises, because you made a lot of promises over the years and you ain't kept to now one of them damn promises. That's what Mimi trying to get you to understand. Because you a hard-headed Scorpio that don't want to listen. The girl said, just do it. Don't make no promise to do it. Just do it. But you don't want to hear that. You want to have things your way, and it's never going to be your way. You got to do it the right way, not your way, but the right way. Period. That's just how I feel about it. So, yeah, Stevie, you're not doing yourself no favors by doing it like that. Period. You got to stand up for what you know. That's how I feel. So, nah, bruh, it is what it is. So we're about to move on to the next thing. With Rich and Cisco, they discuss Cisco's approach with Safari. Rich is basically saying it's wrong time, wrong place. Like, I get that you want to talk to Safari, but that wasn't the right time. And you always coming on some effed up time. And that's just what it is. You always doing stuff on some effed up time. You ain't never here to really just analyze a situation. You ready to just cut a person neck off and just do what you want to do. That ain't the way it's gonna be, Cisco. You just don't know what you're doing. You have no type of leeway when it comes down to conflict resolution. You got to know how to do the conflict resolution, period. Conflict resolution is not you just coming at somebody, talking to them crazy, doing whatever you want to do. That's not the way it works. Don't nobody want to deal with nobody like you. Like, it's like every time you come up, I be like, here come this stupid ass nigga. Like, here he come. Like, that's how I feel, because you give that stupid ass nigga energy. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen a dude that's so lame and so like corny, and every time they walk in the room, y'all be like, oh, here this nigga go. You know what I'm saying? That's what he give. The energy that, that Cisco gives, that, oh, here this nigga go type of energy. Anytime you see Cisco walking through the beam, say, here this nigga go. You know what I'm saying? That's what he gives. And he don't realize that he be on some fuck shit all the time, period. That's what he be on. And Rich said you need to approach your situation with Safari right, and you need to make things right with Sin, because the way you've been handling that situation ain't been right either. Who knew that Rich No Dollars was gonna sit up here and give somebody some sound advice? And to be honest, Rich has been holding Cisco accountable like he needs to. He been holding him accountable, and that's just what it is. Like a lot of times with men don't never hold each other accountable. They always follow through with the same old F shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. But in this particular instance, from fuckboy to fuckboy, Rich is holding him accountable. That's what he doing. Okay, so Safari, Peter, and Marcus discuss Safari sending the girl to drink. Okay, Peter was like, when I went through my stuff with Tara and Amina on national TV, it's just certain things that I had to do. Like, people looked at me a certain type of way because of the way that I treated them. And Safari was like, well, with women, it's like, regardless of whether you feel like how they feel is right or wrong, you have to pacify them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make them feel comfortable. But Safari, you do, because you did wrong. The woman was having your baby, and you out at a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did wrong. Pretty much, you did wrong, and it is what it is. But at the same time, I do get what he's saying. You asked for a divorce. We're divorcing. I'm not doing my thug thizzle. That's my right. It is his right. He ain't married no more. So he has the right to do whatever he want to do. If you really being real about it, he got every right to. If he want to go out and be with another woman, that's his right. Erica can go out and be with another man or a woman, whatever she wants for that particular day. She can. They're not together anymore. They're just bonded together by the piece of paper that they got. It is what it is. So, yes, he feel like the marriage is over. So, if I want to go out and hit this girl or hit that girl, then I can. It is what it is. If I want to buy this whole flowers, I can do that if I want to. I ain't married. Well, I'm married legally, but I ain't with her. You know what I'm saying? We just got 2 children together. We ain't together no more. We just together on paper. That's it. I get what he's saying, but it's just a way to do stuff. And Marcus puts everything into perspective. And I love the way Marcus thinks. Marcus is such a fine chocolate specimen. But I've always said I love me some Marcus. I've always said that. But Marcus was also a F boy too, like Peter, like Safari. He's also been an F boy too. He's openly admitted to cheating on Brooke at one point in time himself. So that's why he's speaking the way that he is, because he's probably learned from his mistakes. I ain't really sure if Peter learned from his yet, even though he out here hosting cheaters and stuff. I don't know if he learned from his mistakes or not, but I would hope that he has. That's all I'm gonna say. Safari need to learn from his, but he definitely listened to what Marcus had to say. So seeing Cisco and Jonathan, they sit together. Cisco addresses the issues with Sin. Cisco says that he thought that they was going somewhere. When he said he thought they were going somewhere, he thought that they was finna, smash, get together, do whatever. That's how it came across to him when he was talking to Sin. Okay. Sin, he said, so I was willing to do whatever for you. Like I was willing to help you out. I was gonna give you the song for free, but when it came across like you wasn't feeling the same way I was and you wasn't doing what I wanted you to do, then it's like, okay, I don't need to give you anything for free. It is what it is. So Sin starts crying and she's like, what you don't understand is that song that I asked you to produce for me was for my late brother, and you sat up there and you shitted on me all because I didn't want to give you none. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And Cisco don't think that he did anything wrong in this particular situation. Yes, you did. You sat there, you produced the record. You had the girl thinking that she's getting the record for free, but you said that she had to open up her legs. That's what you said. She had to open up her legs for you to get the record for free. That's what you saying. And I just think that that's messed up that you had her doing it. You thought that she was supposed to open up her legs for you. That's not cool. It's never cool to do somebody like that. It ain't never cool to do nobody like that, bro. And the fact that you set up there because you had a crush on her and you wanted to make things work out with her in a certain type of way, and you want to do this and you want to do that. You thought that it was cool for you to sit up there and say, well, since you ain't finna give me none, then I ain't doing this record for free. You gotta pay up. If that's you, like, did that girl ever make you believe that y'all was finna get together? Because if she never made you believe that, then you had no right to do her like that. What you did was messed up, period. Straight up. But then he apologized to her and they hugged it out. Call me someone. Call me someone that holds grudges all you want to. But baby, I don't care. I still wouldn't fool with Cisco at all. I still wouldn't. So now Jonathan hosts the LGBT event. And for me, as I'm watching it, I'm glad that we get to this part of the show. I'm glad that we do. Jonathan is very loud and proud. Since we're at this part, give me 1 second. Okay, because my whole mic head fell down, child. Okay, so let me get my stuff together here. Okay, now since we are here at this particular part of the show, let me do this. So we're at the LGBT portion of the show. Yes, we are. We're at the LGBT portion of the show. And what really bothered me about this is the fact that that Jonathan was, like I said, Jonathan is very loud and proud. Yes, he is. I'm very loud and proud myself. As you can see, I have the rainbow flag. Very loud and proud. But what I did not like about this particular scene is how Zell was acting the whole time, even while they was talking about the things that Jonathan went through, as far as like the gay conversion thing. Let me put this here real quick. You know how the women stick stuff in their bra? I'm gonna do this real quick. So Zell seemed very uncomfortable while they were sitting there talking about this situation. He definitely seemed very uncomfortable. They were talking about gay conversion therapy or whatever. They were saying that that's what Jonathan went through with his parents. They was trying to convert him into being straight. It's pretty much considered as abuse because the gay conversion therapy don't even work. You just doing that to abuse the child, pretty much. And they was just telling us stories about that. And I never knew that people even did stuff like that to people up until Jonathan joined Love and Hip Hop. I did not know anything about gay conversion therapy. I never knew about that until Jonathan joined Love and Hip Hop. So that was some awareness that he gave to me as a gay man. So, Peter was clapping his hands for Jonathan, you know what I'm saying? Basically saying that, he's there for Jonathan. He doesn't see anything wrong with who he is or anything of that nature. But when it came down to it, Amina started calling Peter out and basically saying, when your son wanted to be a ladybug on Halloween, you didn't want that. So she was trying to imply that he was being a homophobe, okay? So Peter and Amina goes off on each other, and Peter is upset because he feels like Amina is trying to make him look bad and all of this other stuff. And I just felt like that was really like, Amina, why did you wait till this was a good moment and you decided to ruin this moment by trying to call out Peter Guns for something like that? We don't really know the whole context of their situation. So my thing of it is, why would you even do that right now? Like, you took out the time to ruin somebody else's moment and make it about your damn self. And you look like a damn fool when you did it. I don't get why would you do that. And one thing about it, and two things for sure, I cannot stand to hear Amina cry and scream and screech. I cannot stand that. Oh my God, I cannot stand. Like, I'm telling you, I can't stand that. That really gets on my nerves, bro. I can't stand that, not one bit. Okay, I cannot stand that. Tara and Zell, they start defending Peter. They started basically saying, Tara was like, "That's my son," and I just feel like this. Amina, if Tara didn't say anything about it, you shouldn't have said nothing about it. I don't even know why you even talking right now. Like, if Tara didn't say anything about it and that's her own damn son, why the fuck you even talking about it? Like, why are you even spilling? Why are you even talking about this? This ain't got nothing to do with you. Why are you even talking about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand what her whole point was of even bringing it up in the first place. Like, you did that to create some BS. That's what you tried to do, and it ain't working. You need to stop. For real though. And Tara defended Peter, and Zell defended Peter. Zell was basically saying that's what a real father is supposed to do. That was a real father supposed to do. And then that's when Bobby and Zell get into it. And Bobby was just calling Zell out because I just feel like Zell is not comfortable with himself. That's how it comes across. Like, that entire time they were sitting there talking about LGBT and gay conversion and all this other stuff, Zell was looking very uncomfortable, like he didn't want to hear the shit. Like, that's how it came across. As someone that's a part of the community, you should want to hear this. You should want to be educated on this. Okay, so your dad raised you to be a real man. Most of our fathers raised us to be that. But like I said, but like Bobby said, his father wasn't around. He was raised by a woman. My father wasn't around either. My mother primarily raised me on her own. I only got to see my dad maybe once a damn year. So that's not raising me. That's just me acknowledging the fact that my dad was here once a year. My mother raised me pretty much. So, I understood where Bobby coming from, because a lot of these guys with this toxic ass masculinity, they love to try to look down on other guys that are feminine and that are less masculine than them. Who the hell are you to question somebody else's manhood because they're less masculine? Masculinity does not make you a man. Period. Masculinity don't make you a man. Doing what you supposed to do as a man makes you a man. Taking care of your responsibilities as a man makes you a man. You know what I'm saying? Being macho and masculine and sleeping with all types of women all over the place, that does not make you no man. Okay? So stop trying to downgrade some of us that's like not as masculine as your average man. Stop trying to down us and make us feel like we ain't nobody because we're not masculine like y'all. Like, we're not walking around with our pants hanging off our asses like some of y'all do. We're not sleeping around with every woman at the club like you. We're not walking around here with this baby mama, that baby mama like you. That does not make us less of men. That doesn't make me less of a man because I don't do what you do. What makes me a man is the fact that I pay my bills on time. I've taken care of my youngest brother as if he was my own child. And I have made sure that my mother was good whenever she hit a hard time. I took care of a whole household all by my damn self. That's what makes me a fucking man. Not that bullshit y'all be talking about. Y'all get on Facebook, y'all get on Instagram, y'all get on Twitter and preach about masculinity, and the people want to take away masculinity. Y'all shut up. That don't make you no man, none of that. So y'all can sit up here and be on that little boosted mentality all you want to, but all that stuff that y'all be bragging about does not make you no man, period. Talk to me about being a real man when you realize what it really is. Fuck out of here. Amina breaks down to Tara and Erica about that, and then they're basically saying she doesn't. They saying you're making Peter look bad, and she said, "I don't care about how he looks on TV. He made me look bad on TV for many years." So now we get to the T. You're trying to get payback because Peter made you look like a clown on TV, and now you're trying to get him back. Interesting. Tara then explained herself to Jonathan, and you know what I'm saying? It's basically like, she didn't buy the Ladybug costume because he didn't know what he wanted to be. One minute he wanted to be this person, next minute he wanted to be that. He didn't know what he wanted to be. Peter was explaining to Rich, like, why would she say that and ruin my life and make it seem like it make me not be able to work for people because they gonna think I'm homophobic? Like, why is that cool? That ain't right for her to do that. She shouldn't have never did that. That's me and Tara's child, which is true. Like, that's what it is. I just didn't agree with her speaking up on that situation because it ain't her business. And I don't think that it was as serious as she made it out to be. That's just me. I don't think it was that deep. Like, Peter was like, well, that's for girls, because he wanted to do that. That's for girls. A lot of people do that, though. Like, a lot of people, I know when I was growing, maybe it's because of the way I was growing up, but when I was growing up and people, like a boy would pick up a baby doll, they'd be like, that's for girls, that's not for boys, that's for girls. Play with a Hot Wheels car. You know what I'm saying? But I do get what Jonathan is saying. Allow a kid to be a kid and allow a kid to choose what they want to do. I do get it on both ends, to be honest. I do. But what was really annoying me is that Erica talking about, this is taboo in our community. Not our community, because you're not in our community. Stop trying to place yourself in our community, because it's not going to work. You're not in our community. Stop it. Move on. Zell pulls Jonathan to the side, and Zell was like, I thought Jonathan was lying about this gay conversion thing when I first heard about it, but to hear him speak about it, I understand now. And I'm like, you really thought this boy was lying about this? Bullshit. Sin and Bobby, they start talking about Zell's outlook on things, and Bobby was crying about it, and he was like, you're gay, you're no different than me just because you may be a little bit more masculine. Zell and Jonathan make amends, and then Zell came over and apologized to Bobby, and they were crying together and all of this other stuff. I just think that Zell is I think Zell is at a crossroads of itself. I don't think he's just completely accepted what he is now. I think he don't know where he stands. He feels like a loner because he identifies as bisexual. So I think that that's the problem here. But it's just the way he goes about it. Like, I just feel like he be trying to shame Jonathan for being out and proud and flamboyantly gay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not necessarily flamboyantly gay. I'm more relaxed and more chill with my shit, but that don't make me better than Jonathan because he's flamboyantly gay. It doesn't make me any better than Jonathan because I have a whole clique of straight friends. It don't make me feel like I'm better than any of the other gays. You know what I'm saying? I just know that I'm accepted no matter where I go. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? It don't make me better than nobody else, but it's just the facts. Straight guys don't mind hanging out with me. That's just the truth. But that don't make me better than the next person because a straight guy don't want to hang out with him. It's just the fact that Zell comes across like he needs validation from other straight men. That's just what it is. And you really don't need no validation from them, honestly. And I'm gonna keep my opinions on there to myself. But with that being said, y'all, this was my review on Love and Hip Hop's family reunion. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share my video. Also, be sure to click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops from me. Be sure. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, Twitter and IG would be the best places to follow me. Okay, because I know a lot of y'all probably found me on Facebook and ain't got accepted yet. That's why I say follow me on IG, because that's where I follow people back the most. That's where I post the most. That's where I'm lit the most. I'm barely on Twitter, but if you want to follow me there, child, you can. Both will be at the bottom of the video. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll holler at you on the next one, y'all. So peace out.